Welcome back to Face the Nation. The question we are raising tonight, Obama makes a defining speech. Can America ever make peace with the Muslim world for good and in a serious way? What are you telling us at the start of the show? In fact, the poll has completely changed. 41% are saying yes, 59% are now saying no. Our panelists are clearly influencing our SMS audience. Now, throughout the speech, the tone of differentiating himself from George Bush was clear. In sharp contrast to Bush's neocon vision of forcing democracy, Obama said he did not believe that democracy could be imposed.
I know there has been controversy about the promotion of democracy in recent years, and much of this controversy is connected to the war in Iraq. So let me be clear. No system of government can or should be imposed by one nation by any other. That does not lessen my commitment, however, to governments that reflect the will of the people. Each nation gives life to this principle in its own way, grounded in the traditions of its own people. America does not presume to know what is best for everyone, just as we would not presume to pick the outcome of a peaceful election. But I do have an unyielding belief that all people yearn for certain things. The ability to speak your mind and have a say in how you are governed. Confidence in the rule of law and the equal administration of justice. Government that is transparent and doesn't steal from the people. The freedom to live as you choose. These are not just American ideas. They are human rights. And that is why we will support them everywhere.
Michael Singh, this is the big shift, isn't it, from the neocon vision of imposing democracy, making democracy possible. Here is Obama saying that democracy should not be imposed. And the other question I wanted to ask you, which one of our panelists here raised, is, the point that he made that Islam is a part of America. There are mosques in America. The Muslims are a part of America. Now, is that a statement that a Republican president could ever have made?
Well, I think that to answer your first question, I don't see this as a big shift. I mean, President Bush, in his second inaugural, which focused heavily on the question of freedom and democracy, explicitly said that America was not seeking to impose its will on others, was not seeking to impose forms of government on others. But the fact is that there was a distinction here. President Bush was very explicit about saying that democracy was the best form of government and encouraging it around the world. The fact is, though, that the things that President Obama is talking about, the rights that he's talking about, and the freedoms he's talking about, are generally only found in democracy. So I see a difference in rhetoric and style, perhaps, but not much of a difference in substance. And it's encouraging that President Obama has also embraced this democracy promotion. As to your other question about Muslims in America, a Republican president certainly could say those things, and Republican presidents have said those things, that Muslims are a valued members of the American community and have contributed quite a great deal. He could have also mentioned India, for that matter, and its large Muslim community that has contributed a great deal to the country.
But on the other hand, I'm not sure whether a Republican president would actually go out there and say Islam is a part of America. I'm not sure whether that actually statement would be made. But let's come down to AFPAC. And of course, he never spoke about our part of the world. And so this is a bit of a disappointment. But, this is where we look at the gap between rhetoric and reality. I mean, here in the AFPAC policy, what we have is just yesterday we've seen Hafiz Muhammad Saeed being freed. We've seen America not exercise any kind of leverage over Pakistan because Pakistan is such a valued ally in the war on terror. So we're looking at a situation of, it's all very well to say, I love Islam and we're all united in common brotherhood. But when it actually comes down to specifics, it might actually lead to America not acting against the violent extremists who it says it's supposed to.